Daily Dose of English presents Daily English Idioms. Part 49.
Answer the call of nature. Meaning: to urinate or defecate. Examples: I'm sorry, I have to answer the call of nature. I'll be right back, I need to answer the call of nature. She had to excuse herself to answer the call of nature. Until hell freezes over. Meaning: never, an extremely long time. Examples: we won't stop until hell freezes over. We'll keep fighting until hell freezes over. We won't give up until hell freezes over. Speed networking. Meaning: a type of event where professionals meet and exchange information quickly. Examples: I went to a speed networking event last night and met some interesting people. Speed networking is a great way to make connections quickly. I'm planning on attending a speed networking event this week. Give the game away. Meaning: to reveal something that was meant to be a secret. Examples: he gave the game away when he said too much. She gave the game away when she mentioned the surprise. He accidentally gave the game away when he let slip the details. On the stump. Meaning: to campaign for or against something. Examples: he's been on the stump for the past few weeks. She's been on the stump for her favorite candidate. They've been on the stump for their cause. Put your house in order. Meaning: to organize and manage your affairs. Examples: he needs to put his house in order and get his finances in order. She needs to put her house in order before she can move on. They need to put their house in order before they can start a business. Out of sight, out of mind. Meaning: if you don't see something, you will forget about it. Examples: she's out of sight, out of mind. I haven't thought about her in months. Once he was out of sight, he was out of mind. He put the paperwork out of sight, out of mind, and never thought of it again. Winds of change. Meaning: significant changes that are happening or about to happen. Examples: there are winds of change in the air, things are going to be different soon. He could feel the winds of change coming. We need to be prepared for the winds of change. Get your hands dirty. Meaning: to do something difficult or unpleasant. Examples: he's not afraid to get his hands dirty, he's willing to do the difficult tasks. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, she's willing to do the difficult work. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty, they're willing to do the unpleasant tasks. Sweep something under rug. Meaning: to not deal with a problem, to ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. Examples: he tried to sweep the issue under the rug, but it was too big to ignore. She tried to sweep the problem under the rug, but it didn't go away. They tried to sweep the issue under the rug, but it kept coming back. Hard to come by. Meaning: difficult to obtain. Examples: the tickets were hard to come by, they sold out quickly. These items are hard to come by, you don't find them often. The supplies were hard to come by, it took us a long time to find them. Come to a bad end. Meaning, to end in a disastrous way. Examples: the project came to a bad end when it ran out of funding. The plan came to a bad end when it was rejected. His career came to a bad end when he was fired. On the breadline. Meaning, to be very poor and struggling to survive. Examples: she was on the breadline and barely making ends meet. He was on the breadline and had no money to buy food. They were on the breadline and struggling to make ends meet. Feeding frenzy. Meaning, an excited and chaotic situation involving a lot of people. Examples: there was a feeding frenzy when the tickets were released. There was a feeding frenzy when the sale items were announced. There was a feeding frenzy when the doors opened. Money laundering. Meaning, the act of taking money that was obtained illegally and making it appear to be legitimate. Examples: they were arrested for money laundering. He was accused of money laundering. She was convicted of money laundering. On cue. Meaning, at the exact time or moment. Examples: he arrived on cue and we were able to start the meeting. She arrived on cue and we were able to start the presentation. They arrived on cue and we were able to start the performance. A done deal. Meaning, an agreement or decision that is certain and cannot be changed. Examples: the contract is a done deal, it won't be changed. The sale is a done deal, it can't be reversed. The agreement is a done deal, it can't be altered. Guilty pleasure. Meaning, something that someone enjoys even though they know they shouldn't. Examples: chocolate cake is my guilty pleasure. Ice cream is my guilty pleasure. Shopping is my guilty pleasure. Have something down pat. Meaning, to have something completely memorized or understood. Examples: she has her lines down pat, she doesn't need to practice anymore. He has his speech down pat, he doesn't need to rehearse. They have the instructions down pat, they don't need to review them again. Chip off the old block. Meaning, someone who is very similar to their parent or ancestor. Examples: he's a chip off the old block, he looks and acts just like his father. She's a chip off the old block, she has the same traits as her mother. They're a chip off the old block, they have the same mannerisms as their grandparents. Today's idioms were: answer the call of nature. Until hell freezes over. Speed networking. Give the game away. On the stump. Put your house in order. Out of sight, out of mind. Winds of change. Get your hands dirty. Sweep something under rug. Hard to come by. Come to a bad end. On the breadline. Feeding frenzy. Money laundering. On cue. A done deal. Have something down pat. Chip off the old block.